Hey everyone, welcome back to my training channel. This is Atul from IT Codes. Today we are going to learn about prompt engineering for beginners. Prompt engineering nowadays is a requirement for each and every field. As AI is growing, each and every industry needs prompts to write it perfectly and get the output desired. So this is beginner friendly course starting from the beginning and mastering the prompt. So let's dive into how prompt engineering is achieved. We will be following an framework which is known as RTCFC. We will be learning in detail what actually these abbreviations are. What is prompt engineering? Prompt engineering is a skill of telling AI exactly what you need so it gives you an perfect output in a best possible answer way on the first try. In short, we can say talking to AI is like giving instructions to a brand new employee. They are smart, but they know nothing about your situation unless you tell them. So, unless you tell AI what exactly your situation is, what you exactly need, it cannot give you a perfect output. For example, if you type a prompt as write something good, so this is a vague prompt. What actually does it does not make understand AI what the exact output you need. So it is generic unfocused output that misses what you actually need. What prompt engineering will do? It will give a prompt in such a way that specific useful output that matches exactly what you need will be generated. The five building blocks that I showed you in the first slide for writing a great prompt, that is our framework, RTCFC framework. We can reuse it in each and every prompt to get the output what we need. First and foremost is role. So what does role specify? Role specifies the AI what the AI should actually act as. So if I want to rewrite a resume in a short form or a summary form, we can say that you are a professional resume writer. So that will be my first line in my prompt. That is the role. Second thing, what we have to do is we have to give the exact task to AI what actually we need. So what exactly do you want to do is the task. So we say rewrite my resume summary. Third is context. Context is the actual background, the actual situation in which you exactly are. So what's the background does it need? Applying for a marketing manager role, 5 years of experience. So right now I am specifying AI that I need to rewrite my resume in a summary format, and the context is that I am applying for a marketing manager role and having a 5 years of experience. Fourth is the format. We can specify AI what exact format we need. So that is how should the output look like. So we can specify it as 3 bullet points under 20 words each. So we are giving the exact scenario that I need my resume summary in only 3 bullet points and under 20 words each. Last is your constraint. Constraints are we can bar or we can stop the prompt or the AI output in a specific constraint manner. We don't want to use something, then we can say don't use buzzwords like synergy. So it will omit such words and generate your entire output. That is 5 building blocks: role, task, context, format, and constraint. So these are the basic things which are needed for getting the perfect output from your AI. We try to build a prompt starting with the goal. So what does a great answer actually look like to me? That is what output we need. We should understand it first. That is my goal. Second is give the AI a role. So you are experienced fitness coach who specialize in beginners plan. Third, that is a state the task which we want to do. Create a 4-week beginners workout plan, 3 days per week, no equipment. Fourth, we can add the context. what is my age and everything. So I am 34, mostly sedentary, mild knee pain, avoid high impact jumping. So we can combine these four things, and now our prompt will look like this. You are an experienced fitness coach who specializes in beginner workout plans. Create a 4-week beginner's workout plan for someone who can exercise 3 days a week and has no gym equipment. I am 34 years old, mostly sedentary, and have mild knee pain, so avoid high impact jumping. This is not finished, right? So we jump on to the fifth part, that is, we specify the format. Present it in a table format. The output should be like day, exercise, sets, the repetitions, and the notes. And we also constrain the prompt output by under 30 minutes per workout, yoga mat only. We can put it all together, and now your prompt looks like this. You are an experienced fitness coach who specializes in beginner workout plan. Create a 4-week beginner's workout plan for someone who exercises 3 days a week and has no gym equipment. I am 34-year old, mostly sedentary, and have mild knee pain. So avoid high impact jumping exercises. The last thing, we specify an particular format and the constraint, that is, present it as a table with columns, day, exercise, the sets, reps, and notes. Keep each workout under 30 minutes only and avoid any equipment besides yoga mat. So this is a full furnished prompt. We can try this prompt. Right now I am not typing, I am just copying this prompt and I am going to ChatGPT and I paste the prompt. Now you can see that it gives me an actual workout plan for each and every day with a constraint which we specified, that is 30 minutes, what we should do, and this output is actually what we need. So you can see that when you specify it in that particular format and particular constraint and particular role we specify to the AI, you can get an output which is perfect for what you need. So this is the magic of your prompt engineering. So you can see that the small 7 steps can beat each and every simple statement or clever statement. Moving further, from that particular framework, we have zero shot versus few shot prompting. Now what zero shot prompting is and what few shot prompting is. Zero shot is we directly give one particular task without an example. So we just ask that write a catchy tagline for a coffee shop. So we can just try this out also. We see this output. It gives me a particular pattern. If you are not satisfied with this particular style, what has been generated, then what we do is we give it a few short prompts. That is, we specify example of actually what we like. So 2 examples are given by us and then we ask the prompt to generate it. So for that, we give an example to it. So you can see these are generic statements or generic taglines which you get, and over here when we specified that these are 2 examples which I like and give me 4 more tagline, and also we specify the coffee shop name, so it generates a specific output. So this is known as zero shot and few shot prompting. So what we actually do in few shot prompting is we specify a particular example route for each and everything. This is just an example for generating the taglines. You can specify it for other tasks also. So we don't just vaguely give or a single statement, that is zero shot, and we prompt it to give more according to the example which we give. So this is known as few shot prompting. Common mistakes which each and every beginners make while writing prompt is being too vague. That is in the first example which I said, write something good. So for that, AI won't understand exactly what has to be done or what you actually need. Next is we skip the context. So the AI doesn't know your industry or goal unless you tell them that I am in this particular context, I need it for this particular task, I need it for this particular location, or I need this for this particular workplace. Asking for too much at once. Remember, don't give prompt in such a manner that we ask each and everything at once. We can break the request into smaller steps. Next, not specifying the format. If you need a table or a list or a particular length or a constraint that has to be given, so it gives you a specific output. Next is accepting the first answer. The answer was generated by this also. As we saw in our output, the answer was generated in this particular format also. But if we specify a particular example wise, then we get a different output. So don't accept the first answer given by AI directly. You can give more examples, interact with it, and get the exact output which you need. We see some more real life examples. First, supposingly I need an email, that is write an email to my boss about the deadline. So we see the task over there. So with this prompt has been copied. So you saw that it asks me the question. If I skip the question, it will write in a generic way. So it is asking me what happened with the deadline, status update, or whatever. So this is not a complete info for your email which has to be written. So now we can specify it in a perfect format that we give it a role to it, we give the exact situation, we give the constraint, so it writes the prompt in a particular format. We specified that you are a professional assistant, write a short polite and email explaining the Q3 report will be 2 days late. So it gets the task that it has to write an email for this particular thing. Under 100 words, we are giving a constraint to it and ends with Friday as the new date. So this is an example of a perfect prompt. Next, we can see one more example. We just say explain photosynthesis. If we type this particular task or this particular prompt directly, it gives me an output. It doesn't give me an output, it is not that such, but we can specify it in a larger manner or with context and everything. That is this way. You are a biological tutor, explain photosynthesis to a 15-year-old in simple terms, one real world analogy under 150 words. So now it has got each and everything. We are giving the role, we are giving the format, we are giving the constraints. So this is how the output will be. We just try this particular prompt. So it gives it me in a precise way which is needed. So this is the practice which you have to make for writing prompts. That is, we give role, task, context, format and constraints every time we write a particular prompt on any AI. I am just giving examples on ChatGPT. You can use any. There are many AIs in the market. So the prompts will be same for each and every. So this is known as your prompt engineering basics. You can pause this video and you can use all the 5 blocks, that is role, task, context, format, constraints, and write a prompt and get the output, and you can drop that particular thing in the comments, and if anything is needed I can write you and guide you in the comment box also. We again see the cheat sheet at the end, that is First and foremost thing is role. Who is the AI acting as? That has to be given. Task. What exactly we need? What exactly do we want? Context. What background does it need? So that is, what is the background of what you are needing? Format. How should the output look like? And constraint. That is, what are the rules or limits in the output which you need generated by using that AI prompt? So these are the five things which are relevant for generating your better output using your prompts on any AI. Mastering this particular framework, you are already ahead of 90% of AI users. Next tutorial will be on advanced prompting, that is advanced prompt engineering, chain of thoughts, prompt changing, and prompt techniques for that particular prompting. So stay tuned and subscribe my channel so you don't miss the second part of prompt engineering. Till then, happy prompting. Thank you.